One song, Lindsey Buckingham. Welcome.
Hey, I didn't see you there.
Burn after watching.
Burn this. Okay, so we tried to pick a palate cleanser this time
He
because
did.
the last two
Oh,
movies
you picked this one.
were abysmal. So we were hoping this one might be a
2
little
weeks
better.
ago was pretty great.
No, it was not.
Or 4 weeks ago.
No, it wasn't. It was not.
It was-
Was it Yoga Hosers?
Yeah, Bratzies,
No,
man.
no.
That's some Bratzies in there. Come on.
That's not.
Kevin's
I just want- I
sexualizing
want-
his own daughter. What?
What's wrong with
Well,
that?
she's gonna get a scene for after this, obviously.
Let's
No,
put some
we're
beers.
not here to talk that. Talk
Yeah,
about
make
that.
some beers.
Yes.
Yes.
Those
Golden Irish Lager, Saranac. Sounds like gonna be pretty quality.
Golden Irish
It
lager.
is quality. It's good. It's good drinking beer for this one.
Mm. That'd be a good summer beer.
Yeah, it's nice.
Ooh.
It's one of my favorite Saranacs, actually.
It's good. Okay, so we picked the 1990 Thriller.
With a video game based on it. Like, this had properties.
Yeah, this had properties. This had like the T-shirts. I think they had action figures. Did they have action figures? Was
The Days of Thunder game actually featured your car blowing out. And
was there a Cole Trickle action figure?
I bet there was, right? Like, it had to be.
Cole
So
Trickle.
who's Cole Trickle?
Okay, no. Days of Thunder.
And it's
Yeah.
not a dick
Days of
trickle,
Thunder.
yeah.
So Days of Thunder starring Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, Robert Duvall, heavy hitters. Okay, they had
Randy
Randy Quaid. They had Michael
Michael
Rooker, Carrie Elwes. They had
John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
Young,
Young,
like a pretty
young,
handsome.
craggy John C. Reilly.
Fred
No,
Thompson.
handsome, yes, but also still looked like he was
He still
40
looked
years
like 40,
old when he was
he did.
probably like 23 years old.
He's like a thinner 40.
Yeah.
He's like 40, but he was working out.
That one guy who's in a bunch of things, that guy,
Yeah, that guy.
Chris Ellis.
You know.
That guy.
You know, Chris Ellis.
You're like, oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
Chris
how-
Ellis. You're
yeah.
right. Okay, so this movie is the synopsis of this movie is, I guess.
Well, I can read the thing if you don't want to.
No, I want to kind
6 out of 10 stars in IMDb.
You can tell me if it sounds right. Okay.
There's a short one.
I
if you
did
want.
fall asleep at the end of this.
A young hotshot
disclaimer.
star car driver gets his chance to compete at the top level.
Well, so this guy, they hire this new race car guy. He's like, I don't know anything about cars, I guess, but I'm really good at racing. He's a natural.
Natural, yeah.
I kept saying,
But he
like,
doesn't know
natural.
anything about
Did you
cars.
sing the song "Natural" by?
Natural. Oh no, I didn't.
First of all, I love his entrance. He's like on his motorcycle. His hair is just like so 80s, just like
Oh, yeah.
slicked back. He's got a denim jacket
Yeah.
underneath, like a black duster.
He looked like
Yeah,
he was
like-
from Cowboy
yeah.
Bebop.
He was trying way too hard.
He looked like he was from Cowboy
He's
Bebop.
like, okay,
he
so
looked
look
like
like motorcycle.
he looked like an anime dude.
I
have
feel
a
like
leather
this
jacket.
this is
I
the
have a
first movie
duster.
where they were like, oh, we can give you lifts. And he was like, I'm so much
No,
taller.
I
Look
got-
at me now.
He definitely was wearing lifts.
Yeah,
in this movie.
yeah.
And she's
Um,
like, what? No, is everyone that
If
short?
anime would have been big, like in 1990, he could have been like Yu-Gi-Oh or something. He could have been like
Akira?
Ash
Maybe
Ketchum.
Akira,
Yeah.
he wouldn't be.
Yeah, he could have been like all these like anime characters. He looked exactly like one. Like he had like the no facial features except for eyes and a mouth, basically. Crazy hair and like
I think my favorite part about this movie is that the only reason the bad guys were bad guys was because they were competing
Against
against
him,
him,
yeah.
and he was the good guy because he's the main character. I guess.
obviously Rowdy was a jerk.
Yeah, he was a
No,
huge jerk.
okay, we'll talk
Okay.
about. We'll get to that. We'll get to that because there's a lot to unpack
Yeah.
just there.
Also, like one of the
Okay.
main characters doesn't come until like halfway through the movie.
Oh my
The
goodness!
main villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Technically.
villain of this movie.
Well, I was talking about the love interest, but
Oh,
that too,
also
so-
that.
But also that.
He came in after.
Yes.
No, he came in before her.
He did?
Yeah, because
Oh, really?
he knocks him, doesn't he? Oh, maybe
No,
you're
that
wrong.
was
Maybe
Rowdy.
I'm wrong.
That was
I'm
Rowdy.
wrong.
Yeah.
You were right. I'm sorry.
But
I
also
recently watched
Yeah.
this and missed the ending because I fell asleep.
I fell asleep at the ending too.
He did.
So you have to go. That's all you had to do.
I-
Show.
Well, I'm like, let's just go
I
to bed. We know what's gonna happen.
just told me the
He's
end.
like, we have to finish.
Okay, so Randy Quaid must have been like a big racer because he's like always.
No, he
plays
just
really
had a
big
lot of
head
money.
characters, right?
He like
He's like the racing guy, like a down home country guy, right?
Yeah, he's like a.
He's like a millionaire.
yeah, he's
like
just got a lot of
race team
money.
owner
He's just
guy?
like a rich
And he
dude.
gets complete sleaze. Well,
Yeah.
obviously they set him up like you're sleazy. No one's gonna drive with you. And he's like, if you build me a car, they'll drive with me. And like, what is going on in this? He's like talking to a farmer and like a thresher. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what is? Okay, so I guess that guy builds cars. He's
Yeah,
Just
they
like
build
he
like-
just builds cars.
They
and
build
just,
it from
yeah.
scratch.
He's
They're
like-
like they're putting
Yeah.
pins
Yeah.
in the
Really?
shit.
He's
Yeah.
like a fucking Muramasa
Yeah.
of cars.
Yeah.
He's like folding the
Yeah.
metal over to
Yeah,
make
he's
the
like
most
a
powerful
goddamn
car.
goddamn
Like,
samurai
what the
sword.
fuck is going on here?
Which they make this beautiful car and immediately start wrecking. Like the whole movie is
Yeah.
just him getting wrecked.
Well, and they said the first premise of this, the first scene is one of the first lines is like, if it gets wrecked, we won't be able to get another car.
Yeah. And immediately, like the first like 2 turns in this race, he gets wrecked.
Like,
and then he keeps going
completely
and
blows
gets
his
wrecked more.
transmission. I thought this might be like a satire of some sort. I've never seen this movie. I don't think.
I haven't seen it.
No, it was all out 80s.
Didn't care.
Like,
it was
yeah,
so,
they were
it's done in 90, but definitely an 80s film.
Yeah.
Like from the first, like that weird overture, like.
Music
wow.
by Hans Zimmer, by the way.
Hans
He
Zimmer,
was,
yeah.
he was
Yeah.
just
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
Believable.
Hans
80s,
Zimmer.
80s Zimmer, rocking it. Like
He lived
he,
his full self.
like, yeah,
Actually, to believe it or not, the soundtrack I was digging the fuck
dressed
out
like
of.
a
Yeah.
suit.
This is-
Oh no, it's
It
definitely
felt really
yeah.
good,
Yeah.
but the movie did not match the soundtrack because it was so fucking slow, except for the race scenes.
Yeah. Also, like the overtly gay, like
Oh, him.
like hand
I mean,
play
Cole,
and
Cole
like,
Trickle and his
Okay.
racing team.
Name an early Tom Cruise movie without that.
right.
Honestly, the beach
Oh, wait.
volleyball scene.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's nothing. And that's
and Robert Duvall's Harry Hot.
and honestly, that was needed.
Yeah.
That was like a coming of age for many homosexual males.
Like,
So it was
they
great.
basically started off as like Harry didn't want to work with this new hotshot guy because he's an old folksy guy, and then all of a sudden they started like they caught each other's eyes once.
Yeah.
It's like take my breath away.
Yeah.
Okay, this happened with Tom Cruise in multiple characters
Yeah.
though, in this, including
Rowdy?
the love interest,
Rowdy as
including Rowdy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who is the villain in the
How
beginning of
about
this movie.
That turn made no sense to me.
I
was
thought I missed.
confused.
Because I was
Yeah.
already sleepy there. I was like, did I miss a
Yeah,
part?
I thought I fell asleep during that part. And I was like, I'm like, okay, we'll keep going.
It was-
Oh, so what I really love though is that they both seem to get the same exact head wound. No other wounds, just like the
Oh.
same exact type of head wound, like brain wound.
I thought there was some like he like did it on purpose or something. And I'm like, no.
That's what I thought too when it showed because he
Like,
came
okay.
through the smoke. I'm like, and he was
Yeah.
like turned.
And he smiled
Yeah.
as he went into the smoke, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, he's gonna fuck him up. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, he did fuck him up. And then I was like, oh, he also got fucked up, and it's
like
nobody's
ruined his
fault.
racing
Yeah.
career.
Yeah,
Like
like
ruined his racing career.
Yeah.
And
oh,
And then, so then, of course, they're like, well, we're gonna still compete against each other, but they're making us be friends. But actually, we're gonna become friends.
yeah, like
Yeah.
really good friends.
Yeah.
Let's get in cars and rental cars and beat the shit
Yeah.
out
Yes,
of them.
rental cars, for God's sake. Like,
Jesus.
what?
like, did they get the best insurance on those
Yeah,
things? They
that's
wrecked
right.
them.
I think I
destroyed that.
I'm thinking in my mind, in my head canon, they just bought those cars.
Yeah.
But also, like, they're driving down a road where other people,
People
are
are
driving.
walking
Yeah.
and driving. Yeah,
And
no,
like
they're
nobody's
just
like, yeah, there's two cars
Well,
that are
just
smashing each
complete
other up.
assholes.
It's Southern California.
The
I think,
world
in
is their
80s,
racetrack.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
like-
it's North Carolina. Is
Oh,
it
same
the
thing.
same
There's
thing?
nobody in North Carolina in the 80s. Everyone knows no one lived there in the 80s. It's a true story.
Okay.
You
So
look at their census records, it's
So
like.
then,
two people.
1990 Nicole Kidman. I mean,
okay. So earlier in the movie, there had been a scene where Cole Trickle had won his first race, and Harry, his pit
Oh,
boss,
yeah.
got him arrested. But this hot chick like grabbed his dick and like, I'm not a real cop. I'm a stripper or hooker, I think.
yeah.
And also, like, they just fucked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, and they watched. Obviously, the only guys here.
It was just like a fucking weird
Yeah.
cocky porn
Yeah.
scene going on there, and I was like, okay.
In the director's cut, that's all. That's the scene is in.
It's a
but-
Tom Cruise in the center.
So then, in the doctor's office, when he's just got his vision back, I believe he then
yeah,
thinks
he
that
was blind.
he
He
then
was blind. He
assumed-
was blind during part of this movie.
yeah.
For like
Because
5 seconds.
he has his head injury, but he's fine. It's okay.
It's okay, guys.
He's
I was
fine.
like, oh, this is gonna be a thing. It's like named our fucking
Yeah.
baby
Yeah.
or something here. And like, no, he's fine.
Yeah. Okay. But then the doctor comes in, who is hot, asks Nicole Kidman because it's like her prime. And-
I don't know. It's
No,
before her
no,
prime.
it's
I
way
think it's
before her
before
prime.
her prime too.
I agree.
Before her prime?
Oh, yeah,
No, I
yeah.
agree.
All right.
Yeah,
I
she's
think
still
her
like
prime
kind of a
is
baby.
Aquaman,
She's still pretty-
yeah.
She's still pretty hot. She's still pretty hot.
She's definitely
Yeah.
still hot.
She's still pretty hot.
Yeah.
And her guys,
We can admit
I
she's
agree.
hot in this.
I told you, practical magic is her
But then
prime.
he
That's
just
like,
assumes that she must be another one of the hookers and takes her hand and puts it on his dick. That's like
Yeah.
how they meet.
No, but what I love is that
It's a
she's
meet
like,
cute. It's a
no,
meet cute
yeah,
cute.
and then she's
Yeah.
just like, whatever,
Exactly.
because it's 1990,
It's like,
so
But also, like, he's doped up a little
Yeah.
bit. Like, I mean, you gotta give him a
She
little
got
bit.
to be used to that. You know, it's like I'm
Yeah.
used to guys just taking
Yeah,
my
just
hand
like-
and putting it on the dick.
Also,
Yeah.
like, what accent do we think she was trying to
I
affect?
think she was
don't-
trying to do her Australian accent. I think.
I
But-
don't know if she.
yeah,
she knew
but it
how to
wasn't
speak
totally-
Australian. I don't know.
it was really weird.
I thought she was trying to do an English accent, maybe. Because it didn't like she
No.
wasn't Australian out, you know, like and all that.
I think she has a lighter Australian accent in her.
But it
in
was-
her real
it
life.
No, but if you've seen her in Australian movies, it like becomes heavier.
Does it? Okay.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe it's like one of those things like when you're in Boston.
Yeah,
you get that
exactly. You
Boston
just pick it
accent. I
up.
don't know.
Yeah,
you know,
she's
she
really
Wicked
good.
hardcore.
Yeah,
better-
like when he gets angry and your like downstate accents come
Oh
out.
yeah, you get that new old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh
fuck you.
wait. I think what happened was that she's been in North Carolina for a little bit. She transplanted
Oh
there.
yeah, so
And
she's
now she's got a
yeah,
little bit of the Southern accent in there too.
right.
So
I think we've developed the character more than any of the other characters.
No,
We've
definitely.
Because she was
100%.
like the best character.
she really was the best character. Although her motivations were weird because she was demure at one point, and then she was like jumping his bones the next point. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I
but
didn't get
I
any
mean
of
that's
this.
what he needed. He needed
There was
someone
no
to take
character
him.
motivations that
Yeah.
were understandable
Yeah.
in this movie. There were, I just stopped.
So the
trying.
one thing I did write down though is when they're like falling in love and she's like riding on his motorcycle. She's a fucking brain surgeon. She would wear a
No
goddamn helmet.
No
They're
helmet.
flying.
No, they just had to.
No.
They had to look really good.
And like literally knows everything about fucking like CTE and concussions and shit. And
Yeah.
She's like, nope, let's go. On the
Oh,
motorcycle.
also, you know how the guy who just had a concussion.
Also, like he's the guy that crashes shit.
yes,
Like it's not even like,
she
oh,
knows
he's a
how
really
he
good
drives.
motorcycle
Yeah,
rider.
yeah, yeah.
That's kind of his thing. Like,
Yeah.
In this movie, he crashes too much.
Yeah.
Like just too much.
Which
Like if
are
you were a
like,
driver.
oh, I got a really good guy for you. First scene is him crashing, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I gotta go fast, but obviously I can't
He's a
turn the
natural.
car. Natural.
So
Yeah. At what though? Like,
At driving really fast.
maybe he
Not
because
turning.
he was a small man. He started like as a jockey, and
No,
then
no,
he
no,
went
no.
into
IndyCar
like
guys are usually
yeah.
smaller, so that makes sense.
yeah,
They're
he was
usually
an
that
IndyCar driver. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Dale Jarrett is actually only 3 inches tall. That's true.
Hey guys.
So Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon is 4 inches.
Tony Stewart actually is really short.
So is Jeff Gordon.
So then enter Randy Quaid's character decides he needs to add on another team
Which
because he's got a ton of
like,
money.
There's no foreshadowing
So he's
for
like,
any
no,
of
no,
this.
no.
Yeah.
No, of course.
No.
No, things literally just happened in this
Yeah,
movie. Like
yeah.
all of a sudden this is and now we enter your teammate, but kind of also your rival, and it's Carrie Elwes, and dear
Okay.
God, his hair. Oh, God,
And he
that
also,
was-
I believe, was an IndyCar driver. I think that's what the tension was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, he was a driver, like he was basically Cole Trickle's rival in the Indy.
I
What's
don't
it
think
don't
that
set
was
up.
It.
Yeah.
Was it?
I think it was.
No.
It doesn't matter.
I think it
was.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, plus the fact that there are
Doesn't matter.
IndyCar drivers that
Yeah.
have like the most NASCAR names.
No, but
Cole
the
Trickle and Russ Wheeler.
the real competition was whose hair was better. Because dear God, the hair in this movie was just.
Just
Also,
as you wish.
Have you guys ever watched IndyCar racing? They're the best drivers in the
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
regardless
Yeah.
of if they are in a fucking whatever the fuck they're in.
Yeah.
They're like
So
a
they're not
paper
crashing
airplane.
cars,
Basically.
they're
They're driving
not-
a paper airplane
Yeah.
with a 500,000.
IndyCar drivers are incredibly precise,
Yeah.
pinpoint accuracy on turns and things like that.
Not Cole
And so,
Trickle.
Cole Trickle is not that.
Fast and loose. He keeps talking about how loose his car is.
Yeah, it's so loose. Hey, it's loose.
Yeah, and Harry would be like, it needs to be loose when you're taking the turns.
You gotta
want
do
it
the
to be
wedges and the
loose."
turns.
Yeah, you gotta loose it.
I don't know what you
Oh,
said.
best
You
sex
can
scene
come in-
ever
yeah.
when he's like showing her on her leg. Her
Oh,
leg's
yeah.
a racetrack,
Oh.
and he's like,
I
this
thought
is-
you meant when
we're
they're playing
working on
grab
this
ass in the back of
move.
the
Oh,
truck.
yeah,
That
that's
was a
it.
very. I actually had a boner for that.
Yeah.
Roger Bell's like, come here, give me your ass.
I've never had like a sex dream with Robin Revolt until after that movie.
I
was
don't
like,
know
oh,
if their
yeah.
relationship was supposed to be like gay
Ooh,
lovers or
let's get
father
into it.
son. Like it
Or
was
both.
kind of a
Maybe
like
Maybe just like a man book.
Yeah,
thing, like just like a
mother
full-
boy.
Yeah, it's a father boy. Okay, I want to talk about Roddy Burns for a second because Michael Rooker, I didn't know he was in this movie.
First of all, Michael
until-
Rooker with hair.
I looked over
Oh, I
at,
had hair
at
at
my
one point.
I looked over at my friend watching this and I was like, "What? Is, Michael Rooker's in this movie?" And then I saw John C. Reilly. I was like, "That's why I was like, gonna watch the movie."
Yeah.
But Michael Rooker plays the mustache twirly bad guy that is not a mustache twirly bad guy, but then in the movie, which
No, but he's like a murder man. Like he's trying to kill Cole Trickle.
like literally just keeps hitting his car,
Smashing
on
his
purpose.
car.
Rubbing. It's
Rubbing,
rubbing.
Yeah. He rubbed
yeah,
him off a
nothing
few
will
times.
kill you.
Yeah.
He rubbed him off a few
Yeah.
times in the movie,
Right.
if I remember correctly.
He keeps rubbing me till I explode.
Like he keeps crashing into the goddamn wall too. I'm like, you're really trying
Yeah.
to kill this guy?
Yeah, like which,
Oh,
by the
what
way,
I really love
not
too
sure that's legal at
is
all.
like Harry's like, I want you to drive it your way and then drive it my way. First of all, they show you no difference in how he's driving. Just all of a sudden, he knows how to
Well, no,
drive.
there's one
and
scene.
not lose his
There's one
tires.
scene where he goes.
he's a natural.
Yeah.
There's one scene where he goes, "Oh, this is my way, and this is his way," and like you're like,
What is
What
like,
are these
when you
words?
exposit
like
when you
you're
explain
like, yeah,
that.
like explain what's
I
the
love that.
difference. Okay.
Okay, and also Carrie Elwes coming in this movie comes in. This movie's an hour and 47 minutes long. He comes in an hour and 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's believable.
Like,
Also, that's when we kept watching it. We're like, how is this movie only an hour and what?
Yeah,
I
It
thought it
felt
was
like
like
it was
longer
6
when
hours
he
long.
came in. I was like, oh, okay. So like, if they're gonna present this,
But
they're
it
gonna
still
build them up.
felt
It felt
longer.
very
Like
long.
it was just they packed a lot into this movie.
I feel like the person that wrote this movie maybe thought they were Cole Trickle, so they thought like, oh, the audience will experience it as Cole Trickle does.
Right, no,
So
that's
there's no
that-
build up.
right,
There's
right.
no build to anything.
No,
It's just
they-
like, this guy's your rival.
it's just
This
like,
guy's your
that
rival.
doesn't happen.
You guys are
Yeah, that
friends.
doesn't
You
happen.
guys are, like, okay.
Races, driving,
Right.
cars.
So then,
happening.
of course, Michael Rooker's character, because he's such a badass,
Rowdy,
he's
he's right,
like,
he's
Rowdy,
right.
he's like, I'm not going to
Yeah.
go back to the doctor, even though I'm having serious brain
What a
issues.
man, what a man,
Yeah.
what a man.
I like how when he comes into his house and all the kid, like the mom's just holding the kid's screaming. You're like, what just
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah, it's
Like,
did he hit them?
are they?
What
Yeah,
happened?
did he beat them? Or
Is
did
he
they not
like-
have food?
Shut up!
Is he,
What
deep
the
in,
heck's going
is he
on?
like Chris Benoit deep in
Yeah,
season?
yeah. Something's going
No,
on.
and then he's just playing pool, and
Yeah.
they're like, it's so dramatic. He won't go to the doctor.
And then did they do that weird concussion test?
Yeah.
Put your hands not down. Throw your hands in the air. Wave them like you just don't care, and then he falls down. It's like,
I half thought Nicole Kidman was just messing with them because they're like both fuckers. So she's like, yeah, okay, put your hands up. Now
Stick-
put them down. Oh,
It's like,
Simon
stick
didn't
your
say
finger
it.
in your
Oh,
butt. Like, oh, what? I gotta stick my finger in my
I
butt.
guess I gotta do it. I did it. It felt really good, actually.
She's like, you're just like Mary
man.
Poppins. He's
Yeah.
like, is he cool? Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
so yeah, so then he's like, listen,
still my favorite
for my
character in the movie.
family, I need you to drive my car. We still don't understand how that scene worked because
Also,
he
did
was
just
like,
do that?
yeah, no, he was like, they put their money
got
on
kicked
me.
out.
No, this is literally what he says to him. He says, they put their money on me, not the car.
Yep.
But I need you to drive my car so
Yeah.
I can get the money. Like what? I don't get what.
'Cause
Sure.
I
So was he
trust you.
pretending to be him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is that what you're supposed to do?
that's what it was.
Again, like, we could have made this.
Hey,
movie
I'm
better.
Rowdy. I'm not Cole. Don't look at my face.
Give us,
Don't look at my height.
give us 15 minutes of scenes we could have made this movie perfect. That's all I'm saying. Like this is definitely like burn this movie in a pyre.
So of course the only thing that you knew was coming was that he wins with the slingshot. He goes in the
That
inside.
move they just
Because he
Goes
tells
on the
you several
inside.
times about drafting,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay.
I feel like you should have known this
Okay.
by now. If he was an IndyCar racer for more than a month, you should know what
For
drafting is.
IndyCar racing.
I do love when he has to drive through the pileup, and Harry's like, "You can do it. You can go through." And he's like, "I don't know. I'm scared." And he's like, "You can do it, Cole." And then he goes through, and he's like, "I'm through, Harry.
I
I'm
did
through."
it.
I feel like that's they made love the first time, and they were like,
Yeah.
he was like, "You can do it." And Cole's
Well,
like,
I'm
That was
sure
definitely
"You made
taken-
it through."
There's ADR from a sex scene.
I'm sure someone synced it up.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Synced up to some kind of porn right now.
Also, my favorite character in the movie, he was in there for a minute and a half. Fred Thompson. His character's name Big John.
Yeah.
He was like the head of racing, I guess.
No, because he was
Oh,
the
yeah,
one who
he's
was
the
like, "You
commissioner
guys
of
have to be
racing.
Guys
friends
gotta
now,
be friends
I'm
now.
the king of
and you
town.
have to drive together."
My name's Big John.
Yeah.
Big John, I'm
They
the
call
king
me.
of town. I'm the king of NASCAR.
And then he's like, and then they have the whole driving montage scene where they're like running late and they're waiting. Like this movie is so ridiculous.
Yeah, and like that scene
That was very 90s. That was very 90s.
That scene
That was a very
sucked.
90s scene.
It was really slow and really terrible. And then like they're just crashing the cars and you're like, okay.
Also, I do
Why?
love that, like in all the scenes where Nicole Kidman is at the racetrack, which by the way, she makes several like statements how she will never watch him race, but she's at the racetrack. She's
Seconds
wearing
later,
these like
conservative.
white suits, and I'm just like, they'd be covered in dirt. My
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
realistic brain is just like, why? Like why? Especially since he gets out of the car and his face
Every
is like
time
soot.
Tom ends a race,
He's like-
he's just covered.
Yeah,
in
he's
it.
just
Oh, yeah.
covered in exhaust.
Which that seems not good for your health.
Right.
Like,
I
yeah.
mean,
At least could have some bad
Yeah.
allergies after that. I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Can we
Okay.
talk about Buck Brother?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
A little bit.
He was a.
John C.
Hey,
Reilly's
guys,
like,
I'm
I
in
was-
this movie
I
too.
would
okay, so like I thought like there's gonna be something for this.
Like
guy.
I thought maybe he'd become a racer or something,
Yeah.
or like he'd like.
He does.
Well, his dad.
Shake
is,
and bake, baby.
His dad is a racer, and
Right.
you only know that because they mention him dying. And
Right.
like,
Oh, yeah.
the very first thing. and
Very
you're like,
nonchalantly.
Oh,
something's
yeah,
gonna
that's
come
like a
out of
whole
this.
other storyline where he's
That
like, Harry,
was dropped at
what
some point,
happened
maybe.
there?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I don't want people to know what happened.
And you never know.
But
He's done
And
it
you
too
never
heavy.
know.
Yeah.
You'll never know.
And like that's what I'm saying. Like it feels like it's from Cole Turtle's perspective,
Oh.
and no one else matters in this movie.
However, I do love that it ends with like a foot race and then freeze frame because it's 1990. It's Days of Thunder.
See, I don't know that 'cause I
Freeze
fell
frame.
asleep.
Yeah, 'cause they
Yeah,
did-
no, he fell
Yeah,
out.
I was gone.
He fell out. He
I-
was asleep,
I
and I'm shaking him.
freeze-framed-
I'm like, he won, babe.
I missed
you
the
didn't
last
figure
race,
that
yeah.
out. He won.
I was like, yay!
Yay!
I was actually laying on my floor watching this because my back was hurting, and then I woke up and I was like, "Oh, my back's better." Okay, well, that was at least something came out of this movie.
Something happened.
I like fell asleep during a race scene. Like that's how boring this movie was.
It was very boring.
This made $157 million in the theater. 158 actually.
That makes sense.
Um,
NASCAR's big at the time too.
Yeah,
So it's Tom Cruise. He was
That was
19,
that's
he
a
was
pretty
pop.
good success for the time, I guess.
Yeah.
Like 1990, it's pretty big. But also, was this movie better than Southland Tales?
Yes. It at least it had
You
it
say it
had a
made sense?
storyline.
It was shorter.
Yeah, it was shorter.
Shorter.
It had a storyline.
Yeah, we have to do the pros and cons now. Southland Tales.
Yeah.
Teen horniness is not a crime. Pro.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. So.
I sort of enjoyed this movie at times. Like I like watching.
The
it.
music
It
was
fun.
good.
Do you
It
think we
was
would have
really
enjoyed
good.
it more
It was
if Tom Cruise went like this?
I would have wanted Robert Duvall to say "Teen horniness is not a crime."
Yeah.
So-
Or I would have settled for Michael Rooker. Teen
Teen-
horniness is not a
I
crime.
can see him.
Like a little southern.
Yeah.
He did
I
what he
feel
did.
like this
He did
was
what he
just.
did.
I feel like this movie was literally just to showcase Tom Cruise, like
And
it was-
NASCAR.
Yeah,
And NASCAR.
And NASCAR. Yeah.
Well, see, the good part about this is one of those movies where you could put product placement in Snickers, like all this other SJP, and like it's just like,
Also, did anyone notice whether there was actually a minority in this movie?
oh no, there's no.
No.
Yeah.
black person.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you get Australian, because
Well, they did have several stars and bars.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And right in the beginning, right. In the
It was
beginning.
okay in the 1990s. It was fine. It was okay.
Oh
it
my
wasn't,
God,
It wasn't a universal symbol of hate back
It
then.
was
Well, see,
painful.
not all the cast has faces, so there may have been a minority.
It was painful.
No, there's none.
Jake, the bartender.
Yeah, there's none. There's no bartenders nurse that were black in 1990. It didn't happen.
Well, also,
Uh,
since this is a NASCAR movie, they're not going to put
Yeah.
black people on it. Sorry, NASCAR fans.
This is when Nicole Kidman still knew her place with Tom Cruise too. So.
And still taller than all the men today.
Oh, yeah.
Just like,
She's
She was-
gorgeous.
even with his lips, she was still
I
like
love
2
you.
inches tall.
I love you, Nicole Kidman. I love you.
no, she's a
You're
star.
gorgeous.
You're a star.
Yeah.
And like, she's, in my opinion, Michael Rooker, definitely the best part of every movie's in.
There was a star
But
in
Nicole
this movie.
Kidman close
Robert Duvall was in this movie,
Yeah.
guys. Robert fucking Duvall. Okay.
He's been in a lot of like race car esque movies too, if you notice. Like,
Yeah,
he's in-
manly
He's
was
car
nice.
mechanic,
Yeah,
Cars
man.
2.
He plays
Cars
mechanic a
3.
lot. He's also in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Mm.
It's probably his best movie, guys, because it features Nicolas Cage.
Hopefully wearing that outfit.
That's
That's all I got for this
Just
movie, guys.
because
Yeah,
that
you know, it was better than Southland Tales.
Yeah, it was.
Is that how we're just gonna read every movie?
Yeah.
Better than Southland
No,
Tales.
no,
No,
better than
no,
the last
we
movie.
compared
Better
to
than
the last movie.
Better than the last
So,
movie.
I mean, but we could compare
I
the last
honestly-
two movies, and it's still better than both.
I
It's
honestly-
way better than
I honestly
fucking
think we
Yoga.
should just make a scale of better than Southland Tales.
No, because
No, better than Yoga
Hosers.
Hosers, because
Yeah.
Yoga Hosers is the worst.
Yeah, I
I
actually
never want to watch a movie that bad again. It really hurt my heart to watch that movie.
Well, we're gonna watch Trolls 2.
Trolls 2 coming up. That's our next movie.
Oh, that's Saturday, right?
Yep.
Saturday.
So that might be doing something on Saturday. We'll have to talk about.
All right. Well, yeah. No promise.
We'll talk about okay, but yeah, this is good.
Hey guys,
It's great. It's a
Days of Thunder.
classic
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah, it's 90s.
The Bar. We are the Bar.
If you need to awaken your gayness, watch it.
Hey, like and
This is just
subscribe.
fine.
Burn after watching.